Alright, so in this one again, we're trying to solve for x. Alright, we do have two parallel lines crossed by a transversal. Now this is important to understand because we're going to apply two different things here. For this case right here, similar to the one I did before, we know that these two angles here and here are the same thing. Why? What is it called? Vertical angles. These right here are called vertical angles. And vertical angles are what? They're congruent. So now we're going to go ahead and apply something else where we have this angle here and this angle here is equal to what? Say it again? 180. Why? Alright, the appropriate name, guys, let's think about this in here. This is actually called same side interior angles. The same side interior angles will both, the sum of them will go ahead and give you 180 degrees. So we have 3x plus 27 degrees plus x plus 25 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So now we have to combine like terms, get rid of the parentheses, and go ahead and solve for the value of x. So in this case, if we drop the parentheses here, we could combine 3x and x. What does 3x and x give you? 4x. And what's 27 plus 25? 52 is equal to 180 degrees. Well, how do we solve for x? You subtract 52 from both sides. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. This cancels out. What do you do with the 4x?
You divide it by itself.
Oh, before you do that, you bring it down, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's right. When you bring it down, you have 4x is equal to what? 128. So now you divide 4 to both sides. X is equal to what? What is it? 32. That's how you get the answer for x over here. X on this one will give you 32. Any questions? We're good? This is going to be on Edmodo. Alright? Let's look at number 5. Guys, on number 5, what type of triangle is this called? Very good. It's a right triangle. When we have a right triangle, what can we apply in this scenario? The legs and the... Very good. We go apply the Pythagorean theorem. No. So going into this, guys, what are the legs? Yes.
You can't do the complementary.
In this case, no. It is a 90-degree triangle. So we need to find this missing leg here.
12 and 16 are your legs.
Well, 12 and 16 are your legs. Very good. These are your legs, and this is your legs. So what's the formula?
16 squared plus 12 squared equals 8.
Very good. Because these two are going to be your legs. So we'll have 16 squared plus 12 squared is equal to c squared. So what is 16 squared? 256 plus 12 squared. 144 is equal to
C squared.
Alright, when you combine those two right here, what's 256 plus 144? What's the last step, guys? When you take the square root of both sides, what happens to this side over here? It cancels what out? The exponent of 2. So what is c equal to? That's your answer. That's number 5. Let's take a look at number 6 now. Number 6. Alright, for number 6 says, now this is very important, guys, because there's different wording that's being used here. Alright, there's different wording that's being used here. Ready. So it says find the measure in degrees of an exterior angle of a regular nonagon. Alright, so the first things first is we need to understand what this is here. What is a nonagon?
9 sides.
Alright, it's a polygon that has what? 9 sides. Now the next key word is this word here, regular. What does regular mean? That all the sides are what? All the sides and angles are the same. They're congruent. The sides and angles are congruent. Alright, so we want to go ahead and find that out. We want to find out what is the measurement of each angle. So if we want to find the measurement of each angle, what should we do?
Angle thing. Draw it first, I guess.
We could draw it, or there's a formula for it. Who remembers?
I don't know.
What is it?
There's 7 triangles in a triangle.
Very good. So all you have to do, guys, is take a look at the 9, and you always subtract it by 2.
I know it.
So it'll be 180 times n minus 2, where n is equal to the amount of sides that you have. That's why he said multiply it by 7. So we'll have 180 times 9 minus 2. My bad. Thank you. What's 180 times 9 minus 2? This is 1,260. Well, if we want to find the angle of just one side, or one angle, if we want to find the measurement of one angle, what should we do next? Divided by 9. So we'll take 1,260 and divide that by 9. We have 140 degrees. So one angle of a regular nonagon is equal to 140 degrees.
So that's an interior angle.
Exactly. That's the interior angle. We're not looking. If we look at the question, it says find the measure in degrees of an exterior. So in order for you to find the exterior, all you have to do, guys, is 180 minus 140 should give you what?
Exterior.
The exterior, which is going to be 40 degrees. This one right here for number 6 is 40 degrees. So this is a 2-step process to find the exterior. But again, you pinpoint it. You need to understand the wording that's being used here. In this case, it's not asking for the interior, it's asking for the exterior. Any questions on this part over here? Let's look at number 7. For number 7, it says find the sum, okay, keyword, of the measures in degrees of the interior angle of a what? 30gon. So how many triangles are in here then?
28.
28. So what should you do with a 28?
180 times.
180 times 28. N minus 2, right?
Yes.
Where n is equal to what?
30. How many sides?
The sides. So we have 180 times 30 minus 2, which 180 times 28
5.
What is it? 5,040. And it says find the sum. That's going to be your answer. That is the sum.
Oh yeah, it is interior, right?
Correct. That's the answer for number 7. Let's look at number 8. So, for number 8, we're using what we did for number 6, and actually number 8 as well. Because the question says the front view of a house, the front elevation, is often in the shape of a what? That's a key word, guys. Pentagon. Well, we have to understand what is a pentagon and how many sides does a pentagon have. Pentagon has how many sides?
5.
Has 5 sides. So it has 5 sides. How many angles does it have? 5 angles. So it says, if 2 of the angles each measure 90 degrees, what is the sum of the measures in degrees of the other 3 angles? So the first thing we should do is find what, guys?
The interior angle.
Find the measure of what?
The sum of the interior.
Good. So the very first thing we should find the sum of the interior angles. That's what we should do first. Find the sum of all the 5 interior angles. So how do you do that?
180 times 3.
180.
180 and then parentheses n minus 2.
Very good. 180 times n minus 2. Well, what is n again?
The number of sides.
The number of sides. So n is equal to the number of sides. In this case, what is n equal to? 5. So we have 180 times 5 minus 2. What's 180 times 3?
540.
So the sum is 540 degrees. What should we do next?
90 degrees times 2.
Alright. Then he says, since you read this, it says if 2 of the angles each measure 90 degrees, it says what? 2, 90 degrees times 2, which gives me what? 180 degrees. The question says, what is the sum of the measures in degrees of the other 3 angles? What's the last step?
You subtract 180 from 500.
Very good. 540 minus 180 gives me what?
360.
That is my final answer. That is my final answer, guys. Any questions for number 8? Let's look at number 9. Again, the very first thing that you guys should focus on here, what type of triangle is this called?
Right.
It's a right triangle. If it's a right triangle, what should be the first thing that comes to your mind?
So complementary.
90 degrees. It's
A squared plus Pythagorean
equals C squared.
complementary. Well, yes, you're right. You're right. However, we're not looking for 2 different angles. We're just looking for the sides. Complementary will deal with the angles here. But in this case, we're dealing with the sides, all right? All right, so in this case, you will be thinking about the Pythagorean theorem, what's the formula? A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Well, what's A going to be?
30 feet.
30?
Squared.
Do you know what B is?
X.
Very good. This is one of these 2 other legs, so we don't know what B is. We'll leave it as B squared is equal to, what is C? So guys, just have to work it out here. What's 30 squared? 900 plus B squared is equal to, what is 37 squared? 1,369. Well, if we want to solve for the variable B, what should I get rid of first? 900. How do you get rid of the 900? Well, you do to one side. What is it?
469.
And then you have to find the square root.
So how do you get rid of the exponent?
Square root.
You take the square root of both sides. This will cancel out. B is equal to what? 21 point, let's say 656, and the question says we have to what? Round to the nearest tenth if necessary.
Oh, okay,
So what should be your answer?
21.7.
B is approximately 21.7.